Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Locker Room Media. And today, obviously, we're going to be doing another mock draft. I know we're bombarding you with mock drafts, but sorry to tell you.
It's mock draft season.
Yeah, it's mock draft season. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Draft's coming up, April 28th? I think we're going to upload probably 2 or 3 more. I do personally want to do a 3-round mock draft, but we are going to save the full 7-round mock draft until next year because I did not follow college football at all last year. It was just following the Buckeyes. So if I can study some players more throughout the season upcoming, that'll be better. So what I think this is our 3.0 third mock draft.
Yeah, we did one. B Green was on the second one. Yes, 3.
Oh God, B Green. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. I can put my glasses on, kind of get a bit of a headache right now. All right. So, do you want the first pick, or do you want me to get the first pick? You want odds or evens?
I'll take evens. That's fine. You can have first.
Let me move this really quick. Okay. So, obviously, with the first pick, I'm going with Kyle Pitts. No, I'm kidding. Trevor Lawrence is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Speaking on this pick, I know we haven't spoke on it a lot lately. Urban Meyer was asked, the newly Jacksonville Jaguars coach was asked, like, you taking Trevor Lawrence? I think this is this is the only guy I've ever heard in the history of NFL coaches getting asked who they're taking at number 1. He basically said, we're heading in that direction. That's who we're taking. Other than that, other rounds, like other people, you'll see like, there's obviously a lot of talent on the board. Trevor Lawrence is going number 1.
Well, at number 2, I think this is not the best. It's not the second best quarterback in the draft. But what I think is gonna happen here is they take Zach Wilson, the quarterback out of BYU. It's been said long and long. I think the best quarterback or the most raw talent in this draft is going to fall somewhere from 8 to 15 in Justin Fields. But if I were the Jets, I would try to trade back that pick, maybe like the Lions or something, maybe get another first out of them, and then take Justin Fields there. But it won't happen. So.
Yeah, no, I could for sure. I for sure agree with you. The most raw talent in the league in this draft is Justin Fields. But in my opinion, Zach Wilson's the most NFL ready. That's just personally my opinion from the film I've watched from him. Trevor Lawrence comes in a very, very close second, but Zach Wilson, in my opinion, is the most QB NFL ready. It's going to do Jets the wonders in the future, and it's going to be. I think he's going to have a great career there in New York if they can shape things up. All right, we got pick 3 here. Lots of talk of who this pick is going to be. There's talk of Trey Lance coming up here at pick 3. There's talk of Justin Fields getting picked. There's talk of Mac Jones getting picked. And in my opinion, I'm saying this dead to the camera. Mac Jones is the smartest quarterback going into this draft, and he will be the most smartest going into the NFL. Teams just don't like his play style. Personally, you have to agree with me. He does not play like Patrick Mahomes. He does not play like Lamar Jackson. He doesn't play like those guys. He's a Brady-type style. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady. I'm not. He plays like him, though. He's just that pocket passing quarterback that's going to gunsling into people. And guess what? He had, 2 or 3 NFL wide receivers on his team in Alabama?
Yeah.
That he's going to have the exact same thing in the NFL. And
2 of them are sitting in the top 11 there. So 2 of them are sitting in the top 11. So.
Exactly. Like, come on. You have Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith, a Heisman winner. And I'm telling you right now, Devontae Smith would have not won that Heisman without Mac Jones. And with this pick at pick 3, Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers will be taking quarterback Mac Jones out of Alabama.
Well, that last statement you made, he had 2 out of the top 11 players in the draft as his wideouts last year, is going to prove my point on my opinion on why Mac Jones, it shouldn't be drafted this high. I understand he has a great football IQ. I understand he has a weird play style, which I personally like, a lot like Tom Brady. Yeah. But I just don't think Mac Jones is number 3 pick worthy. I think they could have stayed at 12 and still collected Mac Jones. I don't think very highly of Mac Jones, but yet again, I am in 9th grade and I go to a high school that literally no one knows about. Mac Jones is an NFL player. So what is my opinion? It's dust.
Yeah, no, I can agree with you. I just my opinion. I think he's the smartest. He is the most football IQ. He's coming out of the best football school in the nation, and it's going to be like that for a long, long time. It's Mac Jones here at pick 3. I think Kyle Shanahan knows this guy. He just wanted to make some more drama about Justin Fields because hey, let's say if they can move back to like shoot 8 and still pick up Mac Jones and still even get more draft capital out of that.
Well, they gave up all their draft capital, so I sure hope they can get something out of that number 3 pick if they
Oh
do.
yeah, no, they for sure can. It's pick 3. Come on now.
Mac
right.
Jones, I don't. All right. Do I have 4, correct?
Yes, you.
4th pick. The Falcons will never draft this high in the next 10 years for the simple reason that they take quarterback Justin Fields. Justin Fields will lead them to the glory land, and he will be the MVP of Super Bowl 60. I'm marking it here on Locker Room Media right now.
Super Bowl 60. The Falcons are going back. Personally, if I had that pick, I would pick generational talent Kyle Pitts, and there's for one reason only. Hayden Hurst is like 30 years old. Okay, he's not going to last much longer. Now, just imagine this. Just think about this. Matt Ryan has a huge contract, and that's not going away anytime soon. And if you look at futures draft, there is plenty of quarterbacks that are going to be NFL ready at that time. So why not pick up Kyle Pitts and have Kyle Pitts, Hayden Hurst, Julio Jones, and Calvin Ridley all coming out of the backfield to catch passes.
They're in the cash all those passes at the bank. No.
Exactly. All right. Well, obviously I did not have that pick, and you did. You picked up.
Yeah, and I think they're going to take. But my thing is, imagine if the Bengals, like I've heard, trade out of this pick, maybe with like the Panthers or something. Imagine the first 5 picks being all quarterbacks. That would be insane.
Oh, I could for sure see that. I just don't think the Bengals are going to trade out of this position.
Neither do
Want to
I.
know why? Because there's one guy sitting up on the top of the board right now that will go down, I'm telling you right now, as a top 10 offensive lineman to ever play this game. He's an absolute unit on the field, and I'm thinking one day he will be the highest paid offensive lineman in the league, and that is out of Oregon, Penny Sewell, tackle.
Good. That's a good pick. That is a good pick.
They're going to get their tackle. I will have to say this too. This is the most loaded offensive lineman draft I've ever seen. Everybody on this board, I think until a 7th round prediction, is an absolute unit on the field. Every single offensive lineman is going to play an impact onto this on any team that they'll get drafted to. And obviously the Bengals right there select their new franchise left tackle to protect Joe Burrow. And I said this in the TikTok. If you guys were I didn't do my introduction about social medias. Okay, well, first of all, go follow them. But if you guys are following the TikTok, you will see a hot take video I had on how I think Herbert's going to have a better career than Burrow. For the one solely reason they need to get Burrow help. He has no targets. I literally cannot name you one wide receiver on the Bengals. I can't name you their starting tight end. And what? They have Riley Reef as a offensive lineman. They
got Jonah Williams too. So
yeah, okay.
And they got. Did they have Mitchell Schwartz? I'm not sure. I think
I don't think that. No. I think. Wait, no. Isn't Mitchell Schwartz on the football team?
Honestly, he might be, but I know they signed another tackle, which is my point here. They don't take Penny Sewell. I think they take Jamar Chase, but you had the pick, obviously. But I'm pretty sure they have 2 solidified tackles this season alone that can protect Joe Burrow. Now he's coming back from an ACL injury. But I can understand this because he needs protection, obviously. Chase Young murdered him last year. So
killed him.
Yeah.
All right.
I have the 6th pick. The Dolphins, yes, they need a receiver. But Kyle Pitts is still on the board here. So they take Kyle Pitts. I feel like that's a no-brainer pick. I feel like he could be like a downgraded Megatron a little bit. Obviously, no one's ever going to be Megatron, but he's a tight end that can literally run a 4.
I think he ran like a 4.44 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, literally 4.44. I think that's what it was on the money. So he's got wide receiver speed at a tight end with a huge wingspan. He'll be good. He jump balls. That's his thing.
It's 40.
Pretty sure it was.
It was a 4.44.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that height. That's absolutely insane. And like you mentioned on Megatron, nobody will be Megatron. I'm sorry. if you guys were following the TikTok on my hot takes, I said DK Metcalf is the most overrated receiver in the league. That's just my opinion. And you guys are comparing him to Megatron, and nobody will ever be Megatron. I'm sorry. Till you get guarded by 3 defenders and you're still catching in the end zone, you're not Megatron. That's the simple thing I run by. No, but Kyle Pitts out of here. Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase is the no-brainer pick. Tua needs obviously another receiver, and they did get Will Fuller in the offseason. Don't get me wrong, but this pick is going to solidify Mike Gesicki. You can just get rid of him. He's a good tight end. Don't get me wrong, but you can just sayonara, amigo. Get like a 3rd-round pick out of him, 4th round. I don't know. But, Kyle Pitts is a good pick here. I have the Lions, right?
Yeah, you got the Lions.
Great. I'm going to go on like a 40-minute rant on why we should pick this player, but I can't because they're not going to. Personally, I want them to pick up another corner if they do not sign Quentin Dunbar.
Oh, God, no.
I want them to
we
pick
don't need
up
to draft any more
Yeah.
corners. We don't
But
need to
we
draft
don't.
any more corners.
Yeah,
Unless
I
it's
know.
in the 2nd round, we don't, because that's where Darius Slay came from. We don't need to draft any more corners.
No, I 100% agree with that. I mean, like, personally, I do want Patrick Surtain. I think he's going to be one of the greatest players coming out of this draft. He's an absolute beast. But we're going to pick up the best player that is going to come out of this draft. I've watched film weeks and weeks since our last mock draft. I've been watching more film because I want to get more into this draft type stuff. I think it's very, very interesting. But here at pick 7, the Lions, and another thing like this, I know I'm a Lions fan. I know a lot about them, and I know that's what I'm going to round everything about. But I was watching a press conference with Dan Campbell the other day. They were talking about middle linebacker Jelani Tvai. I think he's good. We drafted him a couple years ago. He's out of Hawaii. He's not good. He's not. He can't pass coverage for anything.
I understand that, but he's still a decent player. It's not like he's garbage.
No, he's a decent player. He can stop the run very, very well. But we're going to be getting his replacement here at pick 7. We're picking up the best defensive player out of this draft, Micah Parsons. I don't care what you say about his off-field troubles. If you watch this guy before he opted out last season, he is an absolute unit on the field.
I agree with you that he's the best defensive player in this draft. Obviously, as you can see, he's the first one taken. But I think this is too high for Micah Parsons because as you can see on the board here, he's rated 15. So that means you could maybe trade back with like the Cowboys and let them take a quarterback like Trey Lance or like take a Jamar Chase if you're not going to take him. And then collect like maybe a 2nd out of it, a 3rd. That still gives you more draft capital and you get the same player you want. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, yeah. I personally don't see Campbell trading back. Not Campbell, Holmes trading back to like pick 12 unless he's offered.
Yeah, like a bag.
I don't see him coming out and saying, "Hey, you're going to give me this and this and this." I just don't think he's that personality. I think he's very aggressive, but I just don't think he's going to trade back unless offered. Well, after pick 7 is pick 8, and Gavin Lavity, you do own that pick.
I do own that pick, baby. Yeah. 8 Carolina. Teddy Bridgewater. He's crippled and injured half the time. They could easily use Jamar Chase to their advantage or Jalen Waddle or have protection on the offensive line or help out their defense. But Trey Lance is just too hard to pass up here as the other 4 quarterbacks have already gone. So you don't really have an option to pick what quarterback you want unless you want Kellen Mond, and he ain't going to go 8. So you're going to go with Trey Lance out of North Dakota State.
All right. I have a very, very long process list of Trey Lance, and I'm not going to give you all of it because it's going to be an hour video. I think Trey Lance is going to be a great quarterback. People hate him because he's a Division II football player, but guess what? There's been a lot of Division II football players who have came out in the NFL and showed people what is up, and that's exactly what this guy's going to do. I think North Dakota State had the longest winning record in Division II football, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like
until he stopped playing, and then they had to put in like their backup quarterback or whatever it was.
Yeah, no. Trey Lance is legit. I don't think he's going to be like Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen type, but he's going to be a quarterback, and he's going to play for the Panthers, and he's got a great supporting cast around him. Coming in there and playing with the 2nd best running back in the league and playing with DJ Moore, who's an absolute unit, and then playing with the deep threat Robbie Anderson and with the arm talent that you have, That team's going to win a lot of football games this upcoming season. All right, pick 9, John Elway's team. Vic Fangio, I hate that guy. I think he's on the biggest hot seat coming into next year because he just absolutely sucks. That's just my no. I take that back. Matt Nagy is on the top hot seat going.
Okay, yeah.
Those two are the top two, and then obviously you can throw in Zach Taylor, who's the coach of the Bengals. I just think he's just a garbage coach. Well, pick 9 is mine, and it is the Denver Broncos as well. And Denver already's got a couple good receivers. They already got a couple good corners. I will give them that. Bryce Callahan and AJ Boye. You just re-signed Justin Simmons, so I don't think the defensive backs or linemen or even linebackers needs to be addressed. I do think your offensive line does need to be addressed. You did go out and get a couple of good players and stuff like that in the offseason. You brought back your boy Justin Simmons. Will cost you a lot of money right there. So I think they're going to go with offensive tackle Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern. Only reason why this pick is because I don't think the Broncos will trade back here. They should, because none of the talent right here, like in these top couple guys and these guys anywhere right here, if they fall, Micah Parsons, I can see falling to them and picking them up because that's just what Denver would do. I can also see them going with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame just because of Von Miller is going to be leaving soon. It sucks to say, but he is going to. That's my thought on the Broncos pick. You got the Cowgirls.
Cowboys. Well, I don't see Jamar Chase falling this far in the draft. I feel like some team comes up and trades with them. I honestly don't know what team would, but it's a team with a wide receiver need. Like I can see the Bengals trading 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th for this 10th pick right here and taking Jamar Chase, who they could have selected at 5, just to pair him up with Joe Burrow, get that connection, have 2 first-round picks, whatnot. But the Cowboys, their secondary is literally. I think a 10U team could outdust their secondary, like their wide receiver. They were god awful last year. And that perspective, they take Patrick Surtain II out of Alabama. I just find it funny that the 3 Alabama players are sitting right there, there, and then they got taken.
Oh, it's what happens.
It is what it is.
So I have pick 11 here, the Giants. And I really want to take Jamar Chase in this pick, but I'm not going to. Because the Giants just got the main man, Kenny Golladay. So what I think is going to happen here, excuse me, what I think is going to happen here is they're going to trade back just a bit, and they're going to trade with the Miami Dolphins. Miami is going to want to move up here. They were in the top 6, and they're going to make another big-time trade because I don't know about you. There's been a lot of big-time trades here. So hold on. What was it? Yeah, New York would offer them, right? I forget.
Yeah. I don't know how it works.
It's stupid. So I think, yep, there we go. And then we're just going to do that for that.
Sure. Yeah.
I even think that's going to work. Yeah. So, okay.
That works.
Dolphins have this pick now, and they're going to pick up their big man with Tua. It's going to be Tua, Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, and the young man out of LSU, Jamar Chase.
Along with Kyle Pitts, who they drafted at 6.
Yes. That
would be a deadly receiving core.
That offense is going to be absolutely legendary. If Tua can figure out how to do things correctly and be a good gunslinging quarterback and running out of the pocket, throwing that ball like a cannon downfield to this guy, Jamar Chase, that team's going to be unstoppable. They went 10-6 last year, just barely missed the playoffs. I think they're going to come right back at it. And in my opinion, I think the NFC West and then what is it? NFC West and then the AFC East, if I'm not mistaken. One of the Patriots,
Jets.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, those 2 divisions will be the best divisions for the next 5 years, mark my word.
Big statement. I got 12, right?
Yes.
12. I just always think of the Eagles receiving core after Super Bowl 52, that guy catching a baby out of a window in a fire in that newscast saying, I can catch unlike Aguilar. They haven't had a good receiving core since. Therefore, just based on memes here, that's like my only terminology. I think they take Jalen Waddle, receiver out of Alabama. They do need receivers, but I think they take him. He's a good receiver, especially falling to 12. I think he was rated before he tear his ACL, correct?
Yes.
he probably would have went top 4.
No,
He
no,
would have
no,
been
no,
one.
no, no, no. He didn't tear his ACL. I think he just broke his leg, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, well, whatever he did to his lower half of his body, I think he would have been a top 3 pick if he didn't do that in college. So I think he's a steal here.
Oh yeah, no, no, for sure. Um, and like you addressed, the Eagles need wide receiver help. I think this is the first time in NFL history that a team is going to take back-to-back wide receivers in the first round.
No, it's not because I remember the Lions picked 3 straight years with wide receivers in the first round, but
Well,
and they were all busts, so no worries. It's not like the Lions
my
achieved anything.
my mistake. We got the Chargers up next. All right. I speak very, very, very highly about this team, and I'm going to continue to speak very, very highly about this team. This is my dark horse to win the Super Bowl. Will be Super Bowl contenders next year. Here's my reasoning: Justin Herbert's going to take a step up in his play because of 2 things: them addressing the offensive line and them addressing the wide receiver portion in this part. Imagine a young quarterback of his level throwing to Austin Eckler, Devontae Smith, who I'm about to pick up, and Keenan Allen. They're picking up Devontae Smith right here with pick 13. That's going to be an absolute legendary offense. They addressed the offensive line in the offseason. Their defense could use a bit more work, and I think they're going to plentiful address that for the rest of the draft if they can pick up like Dylan Moses or anybody like that later in the draft. And I'm telling you right now, I think hold on, who's the guy at a Virginia Tech? Not with the wide receiver, the defensive back.
Oh,
Caleb Farley. I
Caleb
think he's
Farley.
going to drop just because of the whole ACL double. I think towards ACL twice. If I'm not mistaken. I think he's going to drop like that, but I think he's still going to be a great NFL player, and I think they're going to pick him up in the second round. But yes, Devontae Smith goes to the Los Angeles Chargers here at pick 13.
I don't think Caleb Farley's fallen that far, but who am I? 14, Minnesota Vikings. They need no line. Kirk Cousins got killed last year. The only logical reasoning pick here, you don't go Ali Very Tucker here because I think you could trade back a couple spots and still take him. Therefore, I don't think you could trade back a few spots to take this guy, Christian Dossier, out of Virginia Tech.
Darisaw. That's his last name, Darisaw. All right.
Darisaw.
You pick 15 here. 15 here. Patriots got screwed. All their quarterbacks are gone. Okay. Literally everybody. And the best quarterback on the board is Kellen Mond out of Texas A&M, and you're not picking him until later. And they could probably pick up Kyle Trask if they really do not feel confident with Cam Newton. And there was no point in signing Cam Newton to another contract for that much amount of money if you didn't want him to start quarterback. So the Patriots here, they re-signed a running back, so I'm not taking Najee Harris up on this top. And their defense is going to be perfectly fine through the next coming years as the opt-outs proceed to come back and everything like that. I think I heard Stephon Gilmore's on the trading block. That'd be very, very interesting. But
That would be quite interesting. I wouldn't see him being traded. If so, you'd probably have to throw him like a bag and a half.
Oh yeah. But I do think they are going to address the defensive position. Like I did say that they're going to be okay for a while, but I do think they want that young linebacker. They did just get Kyle Van Noy back, which is pretty darn impressive. Get rid of him. They can go make some money and then bring him back the next year. I think they're going Jeremiah Osu-Okoromora out of Notre Dame. I cannot pronounce that name correctly, so if you are him, which I 100% doubt you are, or if you're a very big fan of Notre Dame and you know who he is, I am so sorry I butchered his name. But the Cardinals are up next, and you got that pick.
Cardinals, they don't have an O-line. The only O-lineman I can name for them in the past like 10 years is Mike Iupati, and that's just because he has a funny last name, and I'm an immature 6-year-old. So with that being said, I think they take Elijah Very Tucker out of USC here. It's a bit of a stretch, but it's the best O-lineman on the board besides Samuel Cosmelli down there, 26 out of Texas. I think he'll fall around the late 20s. So I think Elijah Very Tucker is a good pick here.
All right, yeah, I can for sure see that. That's like that's a pretty good pick. We got pick 17 here, the Raiders, and in my opinion, they are one of the most screwed teams in the future. You lost your best wide receiver in Nelson Agholor. I know there's a lot of memes about him, but he played his tail off last year. He played very well. That's why he got big money from the Patriots. You lose him, you lose all your targets for Derek Carr, which I think Derek Carr is one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the league, and he needs a guy to gunsling the ball to. That's exactly who they're going to pick up here at pick 17. They're going with the Minnesota wide receiver, Rashad Bateman.
I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. He's a pretty good wide receiver. I agree.
I think he's one of the better wide receivers out here, but you can't deny Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Jamar Chase.
I believe they took a wide receiver last year at 17 too, if I'm not mistaken. Like the exact same
Henry
spot.
Ruggs. It was Henry Ruggs. You were not making me.
Oh no, that was 11. That was 11. Who was picked at 17? That was an absolute like kind of a bust last year compared to everybody around them.
Jalen Rigor.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah. He went to Philly.
Yeah, and they picked him over Justin Jefferson. I swear to God, that's the stupidest pick I've ever seen in my life. Like, no, I take that back. The Bears the Bears picking up Mitch Trubisky over Pat Mahomes. I can't give him wrong though. Mitch Trubisky was projected to be the best quarterback out of that draft.
Yeah, and he obviously wasn't because Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes were rejected.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have pick 18, the pick I traded back with for the Dolphins, and the Giants are sitting at this spot.
Well, the Giants have this pick. I think I can't remember if the Dolphins have another pick down the line in this draft. I'm not sure. I think they might already traded that away. But I think they get another first out of that, trading back 7 spots. But with that being said, the 18th pick, I think they take exactly who they would have taken at 11. And that's J.C. Horn, the cornerback out of South Carolina. Super quick, he has great coverage. He's Superman. And he's at 18.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can definitely see the Giants addressing the defensive side of the ball is what I'm telling you right now, they would pick up a quarterback if they were up earlier in the draft. If I was them, if I was in the top 10, I'd pick Trey Lance probably at the end of the top 10. But they really need Daniel Jones to show up. And with this, they're not going to pick up any more offensive talent. They have Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard, Kenny Galladay, Evan Ingram, and then who's the other wide receiver that they have?
Well, I don't think they have Golden Tate anymore.
No, he's a free agent. Want to see the Lions pick him back up. That'd be huge. No. The Giants need to produce on offense, and they also need to produce on the defensive side of the ball, and they're going to be adding with that with J.C. Horn. I 100% agree with you on that. Pick 19, the Washington football team here. This team, I'm telling you right now, is an abs. I love this team so much. I've become a fan in the past 3 years. And another reason why I'm kind of being more, I'm not saying I'm a fan because I'm a diehard Lions fan. That's not changing. But I love Chase Young. He's a beast. He's an absolute unit.
And I pray to the gods that he fell to Lions at 3, and he didn't. So we got Jeff Okudah, baby.
You see he changed his number to 23 today?
Yeah, he's going to play like Michael Jordan or something. I don't know. Michael Jordan doesn't even play football. I think he's a bust, but that's just.
I mean, you could go either way, but
it's too early. It's too early to judge, but I'm judging now, and he's a bust.
Yeah, he got injured, unfortunately. You really can't say anything about that. Pick 19, like I said, the football team here, and they're going to dress to that deadly defense. Montez Sweat, I really, really like him, but I don't think he's going to be as good as people make him out to sound make him out. He's just not going to be good. I mean, he's a talented defensive end and defensive lineman, but I just don't think he's going to be that good compared to the other guy right here. And I hate this, and I hate to say it because I really want this guy just to fall to the end of the draft and not get drafted. But Kwity Paye out of Michigan is going to the Washington football team.
Good. Well, that would be. I forgot when they took Montez Sweat. I know they took a DN last year, so that would be
2018. It had to have been 2018.
So that'd be their third edge rusher in 4 years. So
look at their defense, man.
Their defense is awesome, but when you score 10 points a game and have a guy who literally had one leg 2 years ago play quarterback, you aren't gonna win the football games for the football team.
Taylor Heinegoat is playing quarterback for you now, and Ryan Fitzmagic.
Yeah, they got Fitzmagic over there. I think he wins the starting job. But.
And they still have the wide receiver bros from Ohio State, killed Michigan, Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel. That duo is going to be deadly. And then you have Logan Thomas. They're just going to add to the defense. I can also see them going offensive line here, but Samuel Cosme is there, I guess. There's really nobody good here. They go Kwity Paye out of Michigan. You have pick 24. The
20
Chicago
with the Bears, they need literally everything besides a D tackle and running back
and wide receiver.
And wide receiver. Well, you always can use extra wide receiver, but I don't even see one as well, you can always use like a slot receiver.
They have the 6th best wide receiver in the league with Allen Robinson. You say they
but you can always use extra receivers is what I'm saying. And if you look at the wide receivers here, I don't even see one in the top 10 here. They need an edge rusher bad. My guess is Khalil Mack will leave. I don't know when the end of his contract is. You know?
That or he's going to be traded. One of the two.
Yeah, most if they start playing horrible, he's going to be traded because I think they actually do own their 1st round pick next year as well. So they're going to take Azuglak or the edge rusher
out of Georgia. The guy out of Georgia.
The guy from Georgia. Yes.
I've watched a bit on him. I think if the Lions trade back to like pick 20 or something like that, they could pick him up. But I like that pickup. I really like that pickup. And I have pick 21 here. The Indianapolis Colts. My man. This team, I really like this team, and they got their man Carson Wentz, I guess. I guess. He's so bad. Everybody says he's good, but like, come on.
I like him. I like him personally. I think he's a good player, and he's never comeback season.
I think he's a role play quarterback. He's gonna be there for a bit until they can find their franchise guy. But
wait, pause. 10 minutes ago, weren't you just praising D2 colleges?
Yeah.
This was North Dakota State's main product in like the past 30 years, besides Trey Lance. Now.
I never said Carson Wentz was the main product.
Well, no, I'm saying, but you were praising D2 colleges. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wasn't praising. I was saying there's good players out of D2 colleges.
All right,
and I did not say Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was not in that talk. He's
all right.
I think he's a solid quarterback. I think shoot, I don't even know how to compare him to. Maybe like Jimmy G, like an average quarterback that's just there. Produces somewhat. But they're going to take right here. They don't need a running back. And they're going to need a corner. So Xavier Rhodes left him free agency. I don't know if you guys knew that. Wait, he did? Yeah, he did. I think he went back to Minnesota, if I'm mistaken. He got paid.
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm not sure, though. I don't follow the cornerbacks. I'm more of an offensive line guy because,
yeah. Well, you know what? I think he might have been re-signed. I couldn't tell you, but cornerback is one of the biggest needs. Also, linebackers too. Jamin Davis out of Kentucky will be an Indianapolis Colt here. He's moved up draft stocks weeks after weeks after weeks. He's passed up these last couple months. He's just skyrocketed. I think he's a solid player. I don't think he should be going in the 1st round, but that's basically the highest linebacker here.
One person that been very confused on this entire draft process, or leading up to the draft here. Why is Xavier Collins still a late 1st round pick? That man has a mid to high 1st round pick potential. I don't understand that.
They're just saying
I just don't get it.
Tulsa. They're just saying that because he's out of Tulsa and he's not a quarterback.
I don't get that. I don't get that. 22, the Tennessee Titans, they unfortunately don't need a linebacker, else I would take Xavier Collins here. But they do need a cornerback, but Greg Newsome II just doesn't cut it. Caleb Farley was a top 10 player before whatever he injured. I honestly don't know what he injured, but I know he injured something. ACL, there you go. I think that the Titans don't need immediate impact from their 1st round pick this year, but they can always use it in the future, the next 3 years, 3-4 years they have him on contract. And in the future, if they decide to resign their player, they take Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech.
Oh, my fault. You said Caleb Farley, Virginia
Tech?
Yep,
cornerback out of Virginia Tech.
All right. I can for sure see that. Obviously, Greg Newsome II, he's been climbing up draft boards too. There's a bunch of new players from the last draft that weren't here are here. So I can for sure see him going to the Titans. I can also see, like I said, Greg Newsome. The Jets are sitting at this pick, and I know this is going to be a surprise to you. No, not here. My bad. I thought they were a different team I was picking for. The Jets have their second pick of the draft. They're just going to address to be even better. And they're going to address on the defensive side of the ball. They have a new defensive-minded coach. His name's Robert Saleh, Dearborn native out of Michigan. I really wish he would have came here, but I'm loving kneecap Dan Campbell. Motor City Dan Campbell, I love him. And they're going to address the defensive position here for Robert Saleh. He wants that guy who's going to be addressing his defense, and it's going to lead them to Super Bowls in future years. And that is going to be Zaven Collins out of Tulsa. We were just talking about the young man right there.
Man, I was going to take him at 24.
Beast.
I wouldn't be surprised if he falls top 15. But
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if he fell to the second round. I don't know why people aren't rating him.
he can fluctuate from literally 11 to 51, anywhere in that section. I just don't get it.
You got the next pick at Pittsburgh.
Well, 24, they need a line. They obviously need a linebacker with Bud Dupree's departure to Tennessee. So I don't see any linebackers here. They don't really have an option to take a linebacker. But you know what they do need? With what's his face?
James Conner.
Yeah, the kid out of Pitt. Yeah, James Conner. He's contract situation, always banged up. Obviously, think he had a form of cancer. So obviously that plays into like his durability a little bit. But I think they take another running back in Travis Etienne, not Najee Harris here. Because Travis Etienne is, I just feel he's a better running back, and he didn't get as many touches in college. And Alabama running backs just don't usually pan out in the NFL, aka Trent Richardson. And there's a handful of others that have just been banged up at Alabama that didn't pan out in the NFL. The only exception to that, I feel, in my opinion, is Derrick Henry. Because I don't know why, but he's just a beast.
It's Derrick Henry. He's like 6'9", 400 pounds. He's a big guy.
He's doing like a pinky push-ups on like a weighted band. I just don't get that guy.
Did we pick him? No. Okay, good. Because I have something crazy. Okay.
Whoa! I see. You clicked on the wide receivers here. What is happening?
Now I know I stated Brad Holmes is not going to be aggressive in this draft.
Don't be taking Nico Collins out of Michigan here. Don't do it to me.
No, they're not. Right here, they're going to be aggressive. I think they got a lot of draft capital with Marvin Jones leaving and with Kenny Golladay leaving. I think they got a fourth and a third next year to add onto that draft capital. And they did get another 2 first-round picks. They're trading personally, in my opinion, I think they're trading their first-round pick, the Rams' first-round pick next year, the Rams' third-round pick that they got this year, and then probably like 2 years from now, like a fourth and a fifth. They're not going to be trading out of a lot of draft capital. There's later round stuff, and they're just going to package it into something right here. The Lions are going to be trading with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hold on. So we're going to go with, Jesus, this is going to take forever. I'm just going to do this, and then just for our sake, we're just going to do that. I think the Lions are moving up here to pick, honestly, one of the greater wide receivers in this draft. And he's going to produce in Detroit. Jared Goff is getting his new target, and that man is the fastest wide receiver out of this draft. That man is named Rondell Moore out of Purdue. Going to Detroit.
Detroit could use their second-round pick and take him.
I don't think he's going to drop that far, man. Like you have the Bills. You have the Bills who are going to take a wide receiver. I think the Bills could either take a wide receiver or Najee Harris as he just.
But after the Bills, there's only 10 picks before the Lions.
You have okay. Look at this. You have the Ravens. They have no wide receiver. You have Hollywood Brown. They need a wide receiver, and Rondell Moore is a speedster guy that they can get everything out of, other than Hollywood Brown. Then you have the Packers who need a wide receiver desperately. They only have Devontae Adams. They have no other. Robert Tunyon.
They might take another quarterback here. I don't know. They might take Kellen Mond. Who knows?
The Chiefs need another wide receiver. Sammy Watkins is gone. I feel like a lot of wide receivers are going to be drafted here in the later part of the first round, and a lot in the first part of the second round, and then we're just going to go dry for a very long time.
I guess, but I feel like there's a lot of other positions in need for these teams other than wide receiver. But I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like you look at the Ravens, they have no other needs except other than the wide receiver. And like I talked about, Lamar Jackson is a top 5 quarterback, and he needs wide receivers. He needs targets to show off that arm talent. Everybody says he's running back. I'm like, I get that. He has arm talent. He's shown that. He's going to show it with a wide receiver there. I'm picking with that pick, so I'm of course going to be picking a wide receiver. But right now, it is not my pick. It is your pick, and you have the Cleveland Browns.
The Brown. Have we taken Christian Barmore off the board? Nope, he's sitting right there at the
They're
top. Take
number
Christian
one.
Barmore.
All right.
Absolutely take Christian Barmore. I'm not Brendan Green. I'm not looking off a mock draft. I'm looking at position needs. All right. So don't accuse me of anything out here.
All right. So, like I just said, like I just stated, you got the Ravens here, and that's the only particularly big need that they need. They got their franchise running back in J.K. Dobbins. He played his tail off last year, and he did it in a good way. You have a top 5.
Ohio State bias. Sorry, I had to cough there.
Okay. They do need offensive line, but there's no offensive line here. I mean, Creed Humphrey and Tevin Jenkins, but they're going to be dropping. And like I said, this draft is loaded with offensive linemen. So they're going to be drafting a wide receiver here. I think they're going to go with the guy out of Florida, Kadarius Toney. He was a great secondary complement to Kyle Pitts in Florida for Kyle Trask. Kadarius Toney is going to be a Baltimore Raven.
I like that pick.
If the Lions do
28
trade up for Rondell Moore, I think Rondell Moore falls to the Ravens. But in my book, I think the Lions trade up.
Big guy Rondo Morris. I got 28 now. New Orleans Saints, obviously the greatest quarterback in their history, just retired. Unless you consider like Archie Manning their greatest quarterback or something or another. But I think they take a lineman here, and I think they take. Yeah, it's true. They take Sammy Cosme or Cosme. I don't know how to say it, but he's out of Texas. As everything just got highlighted, and he went to draft team needs again.
Okay,
There
we go.
Yeah, they take him.
Samuel Cosme.
They just need to protect whoever plays quarterback for them this year.
Yeah. Who is the guy out of Michigan that they picked up the other year? Who's that off?
Cesar Ruiz, the
There
center.
you go. He hasn't been playing well lately. If I'm being 100% honest, he did not play good. Not being a bias or anything. I think he let up was it 14 sacks last year?
Well, he was like the youngest on the O line by like 7 years, but yeah. I thought even as a Michigan fan myself, I was surprised to even see him go in the first round.
Yeah.
But
I have Green Bay. Can we please switch? I despise this team so much. So do you want to?
Yeah. We can switch. Let me just look at the team needs real quick.
Because personally, I draft the worst quarterback available, but you can get this pick. I hate this team with a passion, everyone. As you're gonna learn in the future once you watch us, please subscribe. We're gonna probably be doing a lot of Lions stuff since it's the hometown stuff, get it on the TV for free. We're gonna be watching a lot of those games. And probably gonna do a couple live streams, and probably one game will be against the Packers, and I will stay
one or two potentially, depending on where it falls.
Yeah,
as long as it's not Thanksgiving.
About 700 times I will repeat my despise against this Green Bay team. But I don't have that now. You have that, Gavin.
I do have that, and I'm gonna take this pick here. Who I'm surprised, I'm not surprised by Najee at all. But who I'm surprised is rated this high, Greg Newsome II. He's rated the 20th best player in the draft. I think he's around 27, 28. I don't think he's that good. But I think they take Greg Newsome II. He's fallen to the correct position here to the point where he should be taken in the draft. It's not a steal or anything, but it's just a solid pick.
Yeah. I can agree with that. They need to address on defense too. I really think they should have probably went with a receiver at this position, but I'm not drafting.
There's no receivers, and I don't see any receivers.
What do you mean?
Well, I understand that.
LSU, Elijah Moore. The rest of these guys are third round.
You're going to take Nico Collins at 29.
Nico Collins.
I love Nico Collins is all right, but he is not 29.
Okay, I can accept that. Pick 30 though. I have that now. The Bills are here. And the Bills don't have a running back. So you wonder who they're going to be taking to complement Josh Allen? There's going to be two huge runners right there, both over 6 foot. Najee Harris is becoming a Buffalo Bill. Count me on this. if
Both out of Division I schools.
yeah,
Najee Harris out of Alabama and Josh Allen out of Wyoming, baby.
Wyoming. Okay, but I'm being honest right here. Najee Harris, if he develops insanely well, the Bills and the Chiefs will be fighting for a Super Bowl spot. Bills already had an outstanding season last year, and they're going to make a bigger run if they have a huge run game. And then that'll open up the play action. And imagine Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen on that play action. Woo!
Connection to connection.
That is nasty. All right.
You want to take 31 here too, since you gave me evens anyway? Is that fine?
I mean, it's all up to you.
I don't care.
All right. Well, I mean, if you insist, I'll pick for the Chiefs.
Well, I have a person in mind for 32.
All right. Yeah, no, I have a person in mind for the Chiefs too. I just don't want to pick for the Packers. We got pick 31 here, and guess what? Like I was saying, wide receiver Terrence Marshall Jr. is going to fill in Sammy Watkins. Kind of place for them as the Ravens did pick up Sammy Watkins. I definitely forgot about that, but he's not a wide receiver number one. He's not how he was like on the Buffalo Bills. He did play very, very well for the Kansas City Chiefs, but he's not like how he was in Buffalo. Terrence Marshall Jr. is going to round out the top picks, but we still have one more, and that is the
We do have one more.
And you
I would just like to make a comment. This might be the most receivers ever taken in a single first round. I feel like there's been like 7.
You got
Counting with locker room media.
1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4, 5,
5,
6,
6,
7.
7. Yeah, all right.
that
Right
up.
on the money.
Look that up. You know, we'll do that. We'll do that after the draft.
All right. Well, there's only one more pick, so it's all right. But 32, I think Tampa lands a steal here. I don't think they could get him in the second round with their second round pick, even though he's not probably even on their boards. I don't even think he's in the top 50 on most boards, but I think he is the best interior lineman in the draft, and that is Landon Dickerson. He tore his ACL. He's a center out of Alabama, but you're going to have to go to offense and go to probably interior lineman or center. But
Landon Dickerson.
there you go. There he is. Oop, there it is.
That rounds out our first round mock draft. Like I said, is this really only going to give us like one pick? Nice. They changed the landscape. I guess they did. Well, basically, this is going to be our final only one round mock draft here. We're going to probably be putting around on a third one on what do we decide? What's a good date to put that out? Probably
Well,
the 14th. Probably the 14th.
14th.
The draft
It's
is
a Wednesday.
Yeah, the draft is. We're recording this on April 4th. I'm probably going to upload this on April 7th. Sorry about the no uploads past like week. We've been on spring break. We're having a great time. Probably upload this on the 7th, the 14th, and then we'll probably upload a full mock round draft. I don't know what, you know what? No, you know what? Screw what I said in the beginning of the video. We're going to do a full 7 mock round, like full 7. Why not?
All right.
You down?
I guess I could be down for that.
I don't know anybody past like 3 rounds, bro, but we're going to do it because the team needs. Why not?
That's fine with me. I just got to find a day to find time.
Wednesday. We don't have school anymore on those days.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. Well, basically, this is going to be our schedule. We're just going to give you this right now. I'm going to upload this on the 7th. We're going to get you a 3-round mock draft on the 14th, 21st. We're going to try to get the 7th round mock draft. If not, we'll probably post some random video that we find time for. Then the 28th is the big day, NFL draft.
Is it 28 or 29? Because I feel like the first round usually starts on a Thursday.
I think it's the 28th, if I'm not mistaken.
100% it's the 29th. Google that right now. I'll bet you $100.
$100.
It starts on the 29th. 29th. That's my prediction.
I got that kind of money.
They usually just go Thursday to Sunday.
It was the 29th.
All right, that's what I thought.
Sorry, guys.
All
Well, that's going to be the 29th, so we're probably just going to post. Well, we are going to be doing a live stream on that. So please tune in for the first round, not the second, not the third, because I really couldn't care less. And I'm going to be screaming at the TV as the Lions pick some quarterback in the 3rd round.
Alan Mond is the future. I'm just saying.
All right, guys.
Tom Brady was picked 199. That's my final statement of the video.
Final statement of the video. Tom Brady was picked up. All right, guys. We're gonna end the video there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are here coming here from the social medias. I'm going to remember to plug it this time. From the social medias, thank you guys so much for the endless support that we've had these past couple of months. We are so thankful for you guys for the endless support. We finally are averaging like 15 likes on an Instagram post, and I know that's not a lot, but for small creators like us, that it means the absolute world to us. And then I think YouTube, I think we're at 44 subscribers, for the first like 2 months. Thank you guys so much for that and for watching all these videos. And if you are coming here from YouTube, go subscribe, follow, do whatever you need to do on the other social medias. Because we can't make a podcast every single day because we cannot do it. We post more recent breaking news on those things because we can't make podcasts every single day. There we go. I haven't done this in so long that I'm like forgetting how to do it. Wow. All right, guys. We're going to try to come out with another podcast soon. I really want to do that. Probably about the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like we only have
Most likely we could honestly maybe do an NBA mock draft at the end of the NCAA tournament. I'm just saying it could come out. We
Good.
don't know. You
Good.
don't know. We don't know.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, like I said, and we'll catch you guys in another video. Adios, amigos.